Hello YouTube, this is BackwoodUncleBub, and we're in my living room. If you've been keeping up with my videos, you know I tried to make a plastic sheath for my bushcraft knife, and it was an epic failure. The glue totally did not hold whatsoever. Anyhow, I got online and viewed a few videos and whatnot of the Kydex sheaths and things like that, and one thing I noticed was I didn't leave enough lip here, and most of them are held together with eyelets. I don't know if that's just for mounting purposes or if it also holds some sort of structural integrity to the sheath. All of you out there who do your own sheath making, and if you've made a sheath out of Kydex, leave me a comment. Let me know something. This is not Kydex. This is vinyl. But I figure the same techniques should hold true no matter if it's vinyl, Kydex, plastic, or whatnot. I'm not sure. But anyways, since I did not leave enough lip there, there's no way the epoxy would hold. I didn't leave enough room for me to put eyelets in, even the smallest ones. So I figure I will improvise. What I'm going to do is drill several small holes and stitch it together like a leather sheath, and hopefully that'll work. Anyways, stay tuned. We'll see how this goes. Okay, since we're in my living room, I am working on the coffee table here, and it's a glass top. So I got an old blanket and a rubber mat that I usually use to lay on the gravel when I'm working on the car. I don't want to damage the table in any way. I never hear the end of that. Alright, I got a little block of wood, so when I drill it will do no damage. And I'm basically just going to tape the two pieces in position and drill the holes and sew her up. But before I do that, I believe I am going to reinforce the dangle loop here. The epoxy actually held pretty well there, but I'm afraid over extended use and flexing, it'll just give way and it'll just break. So I'm going to do a simple X in a box stitch back here, and then I'll tape everything together just temporarily so I can mark out my stitch holes and drill them out and stitch it together with this heavy-duty upholstery string, and hopefully that'll work. Okay, I've taken a pencil and just drew me a little X there to give me something to go by. This side will pretty much be hidden, so it doesn't have to be perfect. None of this is going to be perfect. This is a complete and total trial and error. Yeah, I can already hear the epoxy cracking and snapping underneath the strain. It might have just been some cheap epoxy. I'm pretty sure it was cheap epoxy. I think I picked it up at like the dollar store or something like that. Perhaps a higher quality epoxy would hold, but I'm not going to take a chance. I'm using a 5/16 inch drill bit. I don't really believe the size would matter as long as your thread will fit through it. I am going to try to double stitch it. I've never done anything like that. I've seen it done on YouTube, and I figure I'll give my hand at it. It may work, then again, it may not. Okay, I got my holes drilled, and I'm going to get out my little sewing kit here. And when I made this, the sewing kit, I made a mistake and put a sponge behind here where the needles stick through. I thought it would be a good idea because it would prevent the needles from snapping under pressure, but actually it just holds moisture and the needles rust up. So pretty much every needle in here is rusted. They'll still work for my purpose today, but you definitely wouldn't want to have to do an emergency stitch job on yourself with these. The next one I'll make, I will definitely not add a sponge behind it. I learned from my mistake on that one. But you know, that's what it's all about, learning as we go. You know, let's learn together. Hopefully you can learn from my mistakes so you don't repeat them. Find a needle big enough for this thread here. Alright, that's the right size. This is a nylon thread, so to keep it from unraveling, I'm going to melt the tip, bring it out to a point so I can thread my needle. There we go. Got a slightly bigger needle. That worked out a lot better. I want to make sure I have plenty of string. And melt the spool side so it doesn't fray on me. And we'll start to sew it up. I know when most people double stitch, they use 2 needles and come from either side. What I'm going to do is just stitch it once one way and then turn the needle back through itself and come back on itself. So it's a 1 needle, 1 thread, but stitched through twice. I'm just going to keep going around like this and come back through, and I'll get back with you after I get this finished.